These are the Orazio Picus riding boots. I don't think they need any introduction because every other YouTuber is buying one nowadays. But when I look up the reviews of this particular boot on YouTube, I see quite a few videos which say that these aren't legitimate riding boots. Well, they do have a point, so that does beg the question, are these really riding boots? Let's find out. Now, this is not a review of these boots because I'm sure you've seen plenty of reviews on YouTube from YouTubers all around the country saying that these are the best budget riding boots, they are the safest boots, they are the most value for money, etc. etc. Well, most of those reviews are paid, so why would they care? Instead, I'm gonna try and explain you guys for what scenarios these boots really make sense and for what type of riding these boots really are for, you know. First, we need to understand what a proper riding boot really does. A riding boot has to offer you protection in your heel, toe, shin, and it has to prevent your ankle from twisting, and it's also supposed to have a really hard sole because it needs to prevent crushing motion of your feet. Let's say you have an unfortunate slide and your motorcycle falls on your feet. In that case, the sole should be able to protect your feet against the impact of the heavy motorcycle. See, this is what I mean. This sole is really hard. It can't be crushed. Damn. A boot that covers all these areas of safety can be called a proper riding boot, like Forma or TCX or Alpinestars. These type of boots can protect you during your city commutes, your long highway rides or your track days. Now, taking all these safety aspects into consideration, can we call Orazio riding boots as proper riding boots in terms of safety? Nah. Short answer is no. You see, it has a few safety features here and there, but definitely not enough to be called as proper riding boots. As you can see here, it has the following safety features. First one of them is the steel toe, which is like the most popular feature of these boots. This is all the rage about these boots because these steel toes are really very hard. They are seriously so sturdy that people have driven cars and they have broken tiles over them. So your toes will be really safe in this boot, and there's no question about that. Moving on to the next safety aspect, which is the crushing resistance of these boots. As you can see, the sole is really hard. Let's say your motorcycle falls on you or something, so your feet most likely won't be crushed. But the heel protection isn't that great because it's just a hardened piece of leather in this area. It really won't protect your heel against any impact as such. Over here, there's a bit of hard material, but still it's not really enough to save your heel. Maybe it will save your heel in case of small accidents, but I don't really think it will save your feet in the event of a major crash. And lastly, we come to the ankle support. See, the ankle support is like non-existent. Okay, like it literally can be bent very easily. So 0 points to the ankle support. The chances of your ankle being sprained are really high in this case. So the ankle support is like non-existent. Also, this feature called airbag over here, I don't know, man. Like, is it focusing? It's written airbag in this. Wait. Can you all see? Yeah, see, it's written airbag over here. I don't know. I guess in the case of an impact, I think these are supposed to go like weird stuff, but it is what it is. So taking all those into consideration, it's obvious that Orazio is definitely not as safe as proper riding boots like Forma, T6 or Alpinestars. But now comes the part where I actually start justifying these boots. Even if it's not fully equipped with safety, this boot still makes sense in a way. Why is that? Let me explain to you right now. If you are impatient and if you want the short answer, just skip to the verdict. But if you are really confused and you are finding reasons why you should buy these boots, then stick with me throughout the video. You see, whenever we buy a product, we often tend to do a lot of research about it. We also need to research about how practical it is for daily life usage. Let's say you bought a proper full-blown riding boot like T6 or Forma or Alpinestars, and you've decided that you've paid so much for them, so you want to ride them every day, even for regular commuting. Well, good luck with that. There's no way you can do that. You really can't use those boots every single day. First of all, the reason is those boots get really hot, not only while riding, but also if you are walking around for short distances. If you get off your bike and just walk around for short distances, it's really hot. Even if they've branded the boots as ventilated boots or something, even they don't do a really good job in keeping your feet cool. So wearing these boots throughout the day really makes your feet sweaty, and it's overall a very uncomfortable experience. Another factor adding to the discomfort that these boots give you is the restricted movement of the feet, because they are supposed to be that way to prevent your ankle from twisting and breaking walking and stuff. So walking around even for like 5-6 minutes is very difficult, mainly because of the restricted movement of your toes and your ankle. Well, in case of Orazo boots, they don't really make your feet sweaty, don't really make your feet heat up a lot. They do heat up, but not to the point of being unbearable like those proper riding boots. And even your ankle and heel have more freedom to move around, so that you can walk around for short distances here and there without having much of a problem. As you can see here, this part of the boot bends a little bit to aid walking, and even the heel area is a little bit loose, so walking is definitely a lot easier. If you have too much walking involved in your profession, like if you're working in a factory or something, in that case you would definitely face a bit of difficulty in walking around with these boots, because for long durations of walking, even these boots are not that comfortable. These boots are only meant for let's say if you have a desk job and if you want to walk till the cafeteria, or let's say you leave the office and if you walk till the parking lot, so that kind of walking is definitely possible, not anything too intensive. And then we come to another factor, which is looks. In terms of looks, most of those proper riding boots like Forma and TCX and Alpinstars, they look really cool. But let's say you work in a corporate office or maybe a factory job or something, and you pull up to the office in these proper full-size riding boots, and you end up looking like an off-duty Power Ranger who forgot to take off his boots. I don't think your boss or your supervisor would really appreciate that. So in the corporate world, these full-size riding boots really don't blend in well. Forget the corporate world, even when you're riding casually also, like they look like superhero boots or something. But in case of an Orazo riding boot, they blend in well in almost any environment, be it corporate or casual. The Orazo boots blend in with almost every attire in a low-profile manner, except for this ugly yellow Orazo logo. You can black it out or something, I don't know, whatever you want you do with it. If you tuck down the jeans or something, they look like any other normal formal ordinary boots which any other normal formal ordinary employee would wear. Lastly, we come to talk about whether it's sensible to use and abuse these proper full-sized riding boots every single day. Because see, you've already paid so much for these riding boots, and you've probably bought them expecting that you will get to wear them on that big ride that you've planned since so many months. Or let's say you've specifically brought them for track days or weekend rides. You would want those shoes to last for those important occasions. If you use and abuse those Alpinestars boots every single day for regular commutes, their wear and tear will surely be a lot faster. But in case of Orazo boots, since I've been using them for the past 6 months or so, these boots are really rugged, man. Like they can take the daily abuse rather easily, and considering its relatively cheap price tag, I don't even think you will feel that bad to abuse them every day in traffic. So the better option is to use the Orazo riding boots as everyday regular commuting boots, and maybe your expensive Forma boots should be reserved to those specific occasions only. So now that we have observed that these full-size riding boots are either too expensive or too uncomfortable or too precious to be riding every single day, you will definitely end up not wearing them for regular commutes and compromising on safety altogether. So instead of completely compromising on everyday commuting safety, you rather buy Orazo boots which have at least some level of safety so that your feet are protected during everyday commutes too. So coming to the verdict, I think you all probably understood by now what these Orazo boots really are for. They are inexpensive, rugged city commuting boots that are meant to be used and abused every single day, and also with which you can walk around for short distances. Well, I don't recommend using these boots for touring or track days, but in case of touring, if you're really short on budget, maybe like if you're a student or something, well, you might as well use these boots than nothing. But in case of track days, it's a big no-no. Well, if budget isn't your problem, I think it would be a smart choice to have these boots as your daily commuters and have track specific or touring specific boots for your important occasional weekend rides or your track days. Well, that's it for this video. I've burnt way too many brain cells trying to explain this topic to you guys. So if you really found this helpful, do hit that like button and share and subscribe. This is Shiftercat signing off. Take care, ride safe, peace.